Bold warrior you are, attacking a man when his guard's down.
It's time to attack a man. Mind yourself. I still have my right hand.
Plan on growing it back.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones Season 8 prediction video. The main part of today's video is going to be about Jaime Lannister, but I'm also going to give you a few updates about Season 8 as well. These updates are a few days old now, and I didn't plan on making a video about it because the news isn't that significant, but since I'm making this video, I figured I might as well fill you in on the details anyway. They could be seen as minor spoilers, so proceed with caution when I get to the Game of Thrones news portion of the video. But today I want to start off with the Kingslayer, Sir Jaime fucking Lannister. I am assuming most of you are up to date with what's going on with Jaime's character right now, but if you don't remember, I will just briefly add a little context to what I want to say. The last time we saw Jaime was during the Season 7 finale when he was making his plans to take the Lannister army north to help Jon and Daenerys fight the army of the dead. At that point, Jaime was still under the impression that they were going to help in the Great War because Cersei said they would help during the meeting at the Dragon Pit, but Cersei had other plans the whole time. Cersei is hoping the army of the dead will defeat her enemies for her, and if not, she already has Euron Greyjoy heading to pick up 20,000 mercenaries from the Golden Company, just in case. Jaime was obviously very angry when Cersei told him this because he knows if they don't help Jon and Daenerys, the army of the dead may win, then come and kill them anyway. And if Jon and Daenerys win, they're going to come and kill them too. Jaime knows they're pretty much out of options at this point. Plus, I think Jaime would rather do the right thing anyway. He has been on this very long redemption arc, and the only thing that has been holding him back from fully committing to his good side is Cersei, in my opinion. She has been the main influence over Jaime's decisions, but now that Jaime has left Cersei, I feel confident he will live up to his end of the agreement. Even if Jaime has to travel alone, I believe he will make his way to Winterfell so he can help them defeat the dead. Now, there is a good chance Jaime could run into some troubles on the road because almost everyone hates the Lannisters. But he did change out his Lannister colors and he also hid his golden hand, so he might be able to make it there without being captured or killed. But I think if Jaime can reach Brienne or Tyrion, he will be just fine. Even though he did try to kill Bran Stark back in Season 1, I think they will ultimately accept Jaime's help. As long as Bran is okay with having Jaime around, I think everyone else will learn to live with it for the time being. I kinda have this feeling Bran might see his injury as his destiny, almost like something that had to happen in order for him to become the new Three-Eyed Raven. As much as everyone might hate Jaime right now, they do need his help to win this war. But the only problem is, Jaime isn't much of a fighter these days. He used to be arguably one of the best swordsmen in all of Westeros, but now that he only has one hand, he can barely win a 1-versus-1 fight. During the Field of Fire, Jaime had to be saved twice or else he would have died. And now that Jaime is about to enter another battle, I think he will need to be saved again. He may have a Valyrian steel sword now, but he is not the fighter that he once was. He is a shell of his former self. The next time Jaime steps on the battlefield, someone or something will try and take him out. And right as they're about to deliver the fatal blow, someone will save his ass again. And I think that person will be Jon Snow, or maybe someone from the Night's Watch. And I have a reason for why I think this will happen. As I was rewatching some of the scenes from the first season the other day, there was a scene in Season 1 Episode 2 that gave me the idea for this video. The way everything is playing out makes me think Jaime will be put in this position. Let me just show you the scene. Listen very carefully to the way Jaime talks to Jon when they met for the first time.
Let me thank you ahead of time. You're guarding us all from the perils beyond the wall. Wildlings and White Walkers and whatnot. We're grateful to have good, strong men like you protecting us.
We've guarded the kingdoms for 8,000 years.
Is it we already? Have you taken your vows then?
Soon enough.
Give my regards to the Night's Watch. I'm sure it will be thrilling to serve in such an elite force. And if not, it's only for life.
When Jaime met Jon and talked to him for the first time, he basically punked Jon out. Jaime treated Jon like he was his bitch. Jaime had zero respect for the Night's Watch and what they stood for. You have to remember, at that time, Jaime was a member of the Kingsguard. He was the knight in shining armor. He was handsome, he was rich, he had a powerful family name, and he was probably the best swordsman in all of Westeros at that time. In Jaime's eyes, here was Jon Snow, this bastard who meant nothing to him. Jaime thought who Jon was and what he was going to do was a joke compared to what Jaime was doing at the time. The Night's Watch was seen as a joke at that time also. The wall was being manned by thieves and rapists trying to escape justice. Plus, no one believed in the White Walkers. Everyone thought it was just some bullshit tale people would tell to try and scare the children. So Jaime probably looked at the Night's Watch as being worthless, just a bunch of losers guarding the wall from nothing but wildlings every now and then. But boy oh boy have things changed since then. The tables have turned. The threat that lied beyond the wall is real, and Jaime got his first glimpse of this at the Dragon Pit when the Hound released the White. Jaime was terrified when he laid his eyes on that White, and that was only one of them. Wait until he sees 100,000 of them being led by White Walkers and the Night King. Jaime is going to regret the way he spoke to Jon about the Night's Watch. He will soon realize just how important the Wall and the men who protect it are. When Jon was leaving for the Wall, Jaime didn't expect him to be able to protect them from anything. Jon hadn't even killed a man yet, but now Jaime can't even protect himself, and Jon is one of the better swordsmen. I think it would be very interesting if Jon had to save Jaime's life at some point during this war against the Army of the Dead. Jaime didn't believe Jon could fight, nor did he believe the White Walkers were real, and he had zero respect for the Night's Watch. But I think it would be a nice slap in the face for Jaime if he had to depend on Jon or even some random man from the Night's Watch to save him from being killed. Eastwatch by the Sea might have been completely destroyed, but there are still men at Castle Black and the Shadow Tower. All the other men of the Night's Watch should be teaming up with Jon anytime soon, since there is nothing left beyond the wall to guard. All the men of the Night's Watch will need to come to help in this war. It would be very ironic if Jaime was saved by some random guy from the Night's Watch, or even someone like Lord Commander Ed. But the best way to do this would obviously be with Jon saving Jaime. Since Jaime tried to make Jon and the Night's Watch seem like a joke right to his face, I still think Jaime may sacrifice himself for one of the Starks, but this would give Jaime extra motivation to help them if Jon saved him at some point during the battle. Ever since the first episode ended with Jaime pushing Bran out of the window, I always felt like Jaime's last scene will be intertwined with the Starks somehow. And since Jaime is on this redemption arc, I think the most likely of scenarios would be him saving one of the Starks, more specifically Bran Stark, since he tried to kill Bran. But before that happens, I think it would be cool if Jaime was saved by Jon or someone else from the Night's Watch. It would be a really nice callback to one of Jaime and Jon's first scenes in this series, but like all of my other videos, this is just my opinion. Let me know what you think about this idea down below. Would you like to see something like this happen too, or do you think it's unlikely? Either way, I want to move on to some of the Season 8 news though before this video ends up being too long. Some of you may remember several weeks ago I made a video about this new structure that was being built on Titanic Studios' lot. Titanic Studios is in Northern Ireland, and that's the main headquarters for Game of Thrones production. And as soon as they started preparing for Season 8, some photos came out of this building they were constructing. Recent photos of this building have came out, and it is massive now. I was trying to figure out where this building would be in Westeros by either its color or design. It's still kinda hard to tell exactly where this building will be, but considering its size, I imagine it will be in a decent sized city in Westeros. Probably in King's Landing or maybe somewhere in the north. The interesting thing about this building is they have done controlled fire tests on it when they first started constructing it, which typically means this building will be burned to the ground in one of the episodes in Season 8, most likely by one of Dany's dragons. When you look at this unfinished structure, where do you think it will be located in Westeros? Put your thoughts about this down below in the comments too. My guess is it'll be in King's Landing, but I can't say for sure. Once it is completed, it may be easier to tell, but for now, all we can do is speculate. Also, another report came out just the other day. I do not have any photos for this, but apparently the Unsullied were seen near the Winterfell set, preparing to film a scene, and all of the Unsullied had dragonglass tipped spears. Which doesn't make sense because we know Jon Snow got tons of dragonglass out of the mines on Dragonstone. So I would expect to see almost every soldier in the north have some sort of dragonglass weapon. But it's interesting they were filming near the Winterfell set. Could they be preparing to leave Winterfell? Or are they preparing for battle at Winterfell? That's the big question. Personally, I believe there will be a huge battle there, but until I see some photo evidence, I can't confirm anything. But feel free to speculate all you want down in the comment section. I'm sure some of you will come up with some good ideas. But for now, I think this is a good place to end the video. I have to thank you all for continuing to watch my videos during the off season. I really appreciate that, and I hope you all entered my new giveaway. I wanted to show some sort of appreciation by giving away a few copies of Game of Thrones Season 7 on Blu-ray or DVD, whichever you like. It comes out in a few weeks and I will be picking 2 winners randomly and give you each a copy. Just use the link that's down in the description of this video. Good luck everyone who has entered. I hope to see you come back for the next video. Have a great day. I will see you next time. Bye.